Hello Minnesota Vikings fans and NFL lovers. Today we have two pieces of news that are driving NFL fans crazy. Stay until the end of the video and you will be surprised. And leave your like, because this news is very good. Also leave your comment about what you think of this Vikings signing. Now let's go to today's news. Vikings evaluate Traeshon Holden, a possible physical reinforcement for the receiving corps. The Minnesota Vikings have established themselves as one of the teams with the most talented group of wide receivers in the NFL, led by the incomparable Justin Jefferson, often cited as the best WR of his generation. The addition of Jordan Addison 2 seasons ago further solidified this sector, creating a dynamic and explosive duo that worries any opposing secondary. However, despite their talent, there is a piece that seems missing from this offensive puzzle: a more physical receiver, capable of handling contact and fighting for difficult yards. Jefferson and Addison are specialists in separation, agility, and route accuracy, but they are not exactly physical threats in the game. The same goes for Jalen Nailor and Rondale Moore, a newcomer who is only 5'7" tall, characteristics that reinforce the lack of a wide receiver with a more imposing presence. Vikings begin contact with Oregon WR Traeshon Holden. With that in mind, the Vikings recently began talks with a name that could fill exactly that gap: Traeshon Holden, wide receiver from the University of Oregon. According to the player himself, in an interview with the Draft Network, he has spoken with several NFL teams, including the Vikings, Ravens, Giants, Steelers, Bengals, Seahawks, and Titans. In addition, he revealed that he has a workout scheduled with the Seattle Seahawks and participated in interviews during the Combine and his Pro Day. At 6'2" and 205 pounds, Holden has the physicality that the Vikings are looking for to add diversity to the passing attack. After 3 unimpressive seasons with the Alabama Crimson Tide, he transferred to Oregon in 2023, where he had his best phase in college football: 45 receptions, 718 yards, and 5 touchdowns in the Ducks' inaugural season in the Big Ten. More impressive than that, however, is his scoring ability: 17 touchdowns in the last 3 seasons on just 107 receptions, which indicates a special nose for the end zone. Despite being labeled as a physical duar, Holden believes his greatest asset is his combination of strength and agility. "A lot of cornerbacks are my size, but few can move like me. I have quick feet, I move well for my size. I try to combine that with my strength. I can throw them off," the player said. This versatility caught the attention of the Vikings coaching staff, especially head coach Kevin O'Connell, who highly values complete receivers. Sean McVay's coaching tree, which O'Connell is a part of, emphasizes the importance of WRs who can block, something often overlooked but essential in a modern offense. Holden also showed he was ready for that role. "Teams see me playing both inside and outside. They know I can get to the line of scrimmage and block with big guys. I like that. I'm not afraid of contact." Holden's style would be an ideal complement to what the Vikings already have. He doesn't have elite speed, which limits his ability to stretch the field, but that's not a problem in Minnesota, where Jefferson, Addison, and even Moore already offer that vertical threat. Holden's focus would be on short and medium routes, contested catches, and production in third down or red zone situations, where his physicality and instincts can be differentiators. In addition, with Trent Sherfield leaving in free agency and Tim Jones's arrival still uncertain, the receiving corps needs reliable names for depth, something Holden can provide from the first day of training camp. The general consensus is that Traeshon Holden will either be a late pick in the 2025 draft or could even fall outside the top 7 rounds and enter the market as an undrafted free agent. If that's the case, the Vikings should be one of the first teams to act. The franchise has been aggressive and smart in signing undrafted rookies in recent years, players who have gone on to become valuable pieces in the rotation, whether it's a late-round pick or a post-draft move. The Vikings' interest in Traeshon Holden shows that the team is aware of the holes on the roster and willing to look for additional pieces that will truly add to the team's tactical plan for the 2025 season. With a rookie quarterback like J.J. McCarthy being groomed for the future and one of the league's best WRs leading the offense, adding a physical presence like Holden could be the next logical step in building a more complete and balanced offense in Minnesota. NFL bombshell. Minnesota Vikings are in advanced negotiations to sign Josh Allen this offseason, says Adam Shelsfield. The NFL may be about to witness one of the most impactful transfers in recent years. According to information released by renowned insider Adam Shelsfield, the Minnesota Vikings are in advanced negotiations to acquire quarterback Josh Allen this offseason. The news dropped like a bombshell behind the scenes in the league and could drastically reshape the NFC North scenario and the championship itself as a whole. Josh Allen, now 28, is considered one of the most talented quarterbacks in the modern NFL. Since being drafted by the Buffalo Bills in 2018, the player has raised the franchise's profile, transforming it into a constant title contender. Allen has over 22,000 career passing yards, 167 touchdowns, and memorable playoff performances. However, despite their individual excellence, the Bills have consistently failed in their quest to reach the Super Bowl. And according to sources close to the organization, internal patience is running out. Shelsfield announced this Monday, 14, on his X account, old Twitter, that the Vikings are in direct contact with Josh Allen's representatives and Bills executives to discuss a possible deal involving multiple draft picks and key players. According to him, the first contacts took place discreetly at the end of March, but gained strength in recent weeks, especially after the development of some internal movements in Buffalo, which signaled a possible beginning of reformulation. Vikings General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is known for his aggressive and analytical approach. Since taking over the franchise, he has sought to balance reconstruction with competitiveness. In 2024, after years of ups and downs with Kirk Cousins, the team chose to let him go, starting a new phase with the selection of rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy in the draft. However, according to Shelsfield's additional research, there is an internal feeling that McCarthy is still too green to lead the team to the playoffs immediately, something the front office considers essential. The arrival of Josh Allen could not only accelerate that process, but position Minnesota as a true contender as early as 2025. Kwesi is looking at the situation very pragmatically. He likes McCarthy, but he knows that opportunities like this, to have an elite quarterback available, are very rare. Allen would instantly change the team's status, the journalist wrote in his weekly column. Details of the deal are still being kept under wraps, but sources close to the league speculate that the package would include the 2026 first-round pick, the 2025 second-round pick D.E. Danielle Hunter, or L.B. Ivan Pace Jr. Possibly J.J. McCarthy himself as a bargaining chip. It's a high price, no doubt about it. But there's no arguing that Allen is worth every penny and every choice. Additionally, the Vikings would be willing to renegotiate Allen's contract, which currently still has hefty amounts due through 2028. The proposal would include performance, bonuses, and a restructuring that would benefit both parties. The Vikings would gain more salary cap space, and Allen would have the chance to play in an offensive scheme tailored to his style. With Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and R.B. Ty Chandler forming a young and explosive core, Josh Allen would have one of the most dangerous offensive arsenals in the league in Minnesota. And alongside offensive coordinator Wes Phillips, the quarterback would find a dynamic offensive system with freedom to improvise, something that fits perfectly with his style of play. On defense, Coach Brian Flores continues to assemble an aggressive and versatile unit, and the team still has draft capital and flexibility to strengthen the roster even after a possible arrival of Allen. The hiring would also have important implications for the division. With the Packers betting on Jordan Love, the Bears relying on rebuilding with Caleb Williams, and the Lions still firm with Jared Goff, the arrival of Josh Allen would put the Vikings as the main favorites in the NFC North, something that hasn't happened since 2017. For Buffalo, Allen's potential departure represents the end of an era. Although it is still a speculative scenario, the move reinforces rumors that the team is considering doing a partial reset after years of being close to failure. Allen is a symbol of the franchise, but the wear and tear with the fans, the high costs, and the pressure for results may be pushing the Bills towards a courageous and controversial decision. On the other hand, receiving young players, high picks, and maybe even a rookie quarterback in return could be the gateway to a new phase. The deal has not yet been made official, but the expectation is that something concrete will happen before the draft, which will take place from April 24th to 26th in Green Bay. The Minnesota press is already starting to speculate about what the purple uniform with the number 17 on the back would look like, while Bills fans are experiencing a mixture of disbelief and resignation. This is much more than just idle speculation. It's real. The conversations are happening and there is mutual interest. The offseason could still surprise us in a historic way, concluded Shelsfield. If confirmed, Josh Allen's move to the Vikings will be one of the biggest moves of the decade in the NFL. A new era could be dawning in Minnesota, and with it, a real chance of finally returning to the Super Bowl.